With the next team of Damian Lillard expected to be the Miami Heat, the All-Star guard finally landed with the Milwaukee Bucks to the surprise of many, including Heat star Jimmy Butler. In any case, disappointed with missing out on playing alongside Lillard, Jimmy Butler has now opened up about losing the 7-time NBA All-Star to the Bucks. Damian Lillard blockbuster trade. The 2023 offseason didn't disappoint as it sure came with surprises, and the biggest no doubt is the trade of 7-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard. Having spent his entire NBA career with the Trailblazers, with no sign of building a championship contending team in sight, the franchise's leading scorer requested a trade on the second day of 2023 free agency. For years now, Damian Lillard has had back and forth with the Blazers front office and even showed his commitment to the team when he signed a 2-year max contract extension in the summer of 2022. However, this offseason, he made it known that he has had enough and was not longer wasting his prime. For more than a decade, Lillard has been one of the best players in the NBA. He has led the Blazers to 8 postseason appearances and to the Western Conference Finals in the 2018-19 season. However, aside from the 2019 Western Conference Finals, during his time with the Blazers, the team mostly suffered first-round exits and could never make it to the final where Lillard sure belongs. In any case, after 11 seasons with the franchise that drafted him, Lillard requested a trade, admitting that he and the Blazers organization are heading in different directions. However, the guard's request for a trade include a non-bargain. Damian Lillard was only going to leave for the Miami Heat. Lillard representatives even told the rest of the league that they'd be getting an unhappy Dame if they dealt for him, so Miami was believed by many to be the next stop for Lillard. At least that's what everyone thought. For a caliber of player like Damian Lillard, the Blazers anticipated receiving a return comparable to what the Timberwolves offered to acquire Rudy Gobert, or the Suns gave for Kevin Durant, but Miami's offer wasn't enough for a team looking to rebuild. The theorized Miami's package included former Sixth Man of the Year Tyler Hero, but the Blazers were not interested in acquiring another combo guard. Besides, the entire package wasn't enticing as the Miami Heat were holding back on adding any incentives to their package. Lillard was under contract with the Blazers through at least the summer of 2026, so they weren't in a rush to let him leave for free. As a result, the Blazers became open to offers from other teams, and soon the Milwaukee Bucks presented a better package. In a 3-team trade with the Phoenix Suns, the Milwaukee Bucks acquired the 7-time All-Star guard in exchange for Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, their unprotected first-round selection in 2029, and unprotected swap rights in 2028 and 2030. The deal also saw the Portland Blazers acquire Phoenix center DeAndre Ayton and Toumani Camara. Damian Lillard joining the Miami Heat rival, the Milwaukee Bucks, has left many Heat fans frustrated and emotional, and Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler just couldn't hide his.
Gets up into Lillard. Lillard finds CJ McCollum. Got it.
Emo Jimmy Butler tampering accusation. After the trade, Jimmy Butler seemed to be wearing his emotions on his sleeve when he showed up to Media Day with a new look emo haircut. It might be a stretch to link his look on Media Day to his mood after losing out on playing alongside Damian Lillard, but we have to understand that just immediately after the news broke out, Jimmy took to the internet to accuse the Bucks of tampering. In a self-shot video, Butler asked the NBA to look into the Bucks for tampering. "Y'all didn't hear it from me, but I heard it from somebody," Butler added. Tampering is a serious allegation in the league and has been for decades now. In fact, the NBA Commissioner's Office has recommitted to eradicating the practice as of 2019. So since Lillard was not a free agent, the Bucks would be guilty of tampering if they contacted the 2013 Rookie of the Year to arrange his trade. If found guilty, the Bucks could be looking at game suspensions, up to a $10 million fine, or losing a draft pick. Unfortunately, little is known on whether the tampering allegations are true, but you can admit that given that Jimmy Butler's first reaction to the trade was to accuse the Milwaukee Bucks of tampering, he seems visibly upset about missing out on playing with Damian Lillard, and not to mention him joining their Eastern Conference rival. Whatever the case, not one to stay quiet for long, the 2023 NBA Eastern Conference Finals MVP has now opened up about the whole trade.
Foul banks it in. His first points of the quarter. He has 12 now in the half and a chance at a 3-point play.
Jimmy's reaction to the trade. After losing Lillard to one of Miami's biggest contenders in the East, 6-time All-Star Jimmy Butler has now made his feelings evident a day after Media Day. Having lost his emo look, he downplayed the tampering comment he made initially, insisting that there was no tangible context to his claims. He admitted that he regrets not being able to team up with Damian Lillard, but he has now moved past it and is happy for the point guard. Surprisingly, he claims he is more furious that Lillard went to Milwaukee because he chose to play for Adrian Griffin's team. "Everybody knows I don't like Adrian Griffin at all, since my Chicago days," Jimmy Butler said. The Milwaukee Bucks head coach Adrian Griffin was an assistant with the Bulls when Jimmy Butler played in Chicago, and they both worked closely during his rookie season. Butler even credited him for evolving his game in 2015 when he was awarded the Most Improved Player award, so Butler was using the opportunity to troll Griffin. In any case, while he might be trolling the Bucks head coach, he claims this season he is on a mission to beat Damian Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Adrian Griffin on his way to winning a championship. But can Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat do it without Damian Lillard? Miami Heat's loss or gain? Did the Heats need Damian Lillard? Adding a talent like Damian Lillard to a team fresh off an NBA final was the dream of many, particularly Miami Heat fans. Sadly, the trade never materialized, leaving many to wonder, where does the Heat go from here? Jimmy Butler has never hidden his desire for the Miami Heat to bring more talent to the South Beach. Butler is no doubt the only player who can be considered a true all-star in the Miami Heat roster, and it has been a frustrating experience taking the Heat to the NBA Finals twice in 4 years and not winning any. Aside from Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler actually lacks a star potential teammate who can help him out in offense consistently. And not to mention, the rest of the Eastern Conference landscape underwent seismic shifts this offseason. While the Bucks strengthened their roster with Dame and the Celtics strengthened theirs with Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, the Miami Heat did nothing but lose important players Gabe Vincent and Max Strus in free agency while signing Josh Richardson, who they drafted with the 40th pick of the 2015 NBA draft and had his highest per-game averages in point and assists 4 years ago when he was still with the Heat. Aside from that, 23-year-old point guard Tyler Hero is not happy with Miami Heat's front office, and another guard, Kyle Lowry, is past his prime. So going into the season, there is no denying that the Heat needed the impeccable scoring ability and leadership of Damian Lillard if they wanted to win the championship. Dame Lillard enjoyed a comeback season last season as he averaged a career-high 32.2 points on 46.3% shooting after missing 77 games over the previous 2 seasons, more than twice the games he missed over the first 10 seasons of his career. He also averaged 7.3 assists and 4.8 rebounds per game. Not a single player on the Heat's roster led him on points and assists per game. As their leader in points and assists, Jimmy Butler only averaged 22.9 points and 5.3 assists per game. So there is no denying that as this season unfolds, the Heat's decision not to push for Dame might come back to haunt them. But then again, Dame wouldn't be the first star the Heat's missed out on. Wouldn't be the first. Many NBA fans could very well remember LeBron James taking his talent to South Beach to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. The addition of LeBron saw the Heat going to 4 consecutive NBA Finals, winning 2 titles in the process. Anyway, it has been 10 years since the Miami Heat last won the title, despite the fact that they have made it to the finals 3 times since then, and for so long, Damian Lillard joins a long list of superstars who wanted to land in South Beach, but the Heat failed to land. In the last 15 months, the Miami Heat front staff has been unable to reach an agreement for Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Damian Lillard. Any single one of them alongside Jimmy Butler would have made the team a formidable force, and yet none joined them, but instead joined their rivals, inevitably strengthening the Miami Heat rivals roster. Nonetheless, there are not much of superstars in the market, and having lost crucial rotation players, the Heat core has started to regress. So it's going to be a long season in South Beach, and Jimmy Butler might not be happy about it. What do you think the Miami Heat missing out on Damian Lillard? Do you think the Heat and Jimmy Butler will regret not signing the guard? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section.